other side is the mental side. The mental side too will be facilitated within the app as well. If you need a life coach, a mental coach, you got that within the app. Everything is there. My entire experience developing the boys to get them to where they are is portrayed within this app.
Okay.
Is there like a certain age group that you guys?
No.
Well, in terms of ages,
usually like 10, usually 11 when you start really love a sport. More than likely
4.5, 2, whatever works.
Yeah.
A lot of us started at like 5. I mean, I started at 5.
You know, you find that love later on in life, though. As a kid, you don't know. It's about 11 probably.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think Ken had a bat in Dalton's hands at 2 or 3 years old. Is that right?
I had a basketball in my hand in the crib, so I got pictures to prove that. So yeah, I know. It starts early. It starts early.
Football player.
Just right at the hospital, you're throwing touchdowns, right?
That's how
So I do have a question though. So in regard, because you brought up a good point, Rishi. This is for you. The socio-economical part of it. How does the app accommodate for those parents that are in less fortunate situations, like Ken was, for instance, in his time growing up with Dalton and Tristan? How does this app financially accommodate those parents that are less fortunate on a socio-economic level?
Great question. And as Ken said, we're really about giving back. We're really just about changing the world and the way we do things in the world with this app. So number one, time is money, right? As a parent, you might be working 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, Who knows? And then taking care of your kids on top of that, to find the time to even find the right coach, to vet the right coach, screen the right coach, and or make those arrangements. Time is money, and that's a costly venture for any parent to do. We save you all of that time. We have a one-stop shop where you can find all these coaches at the palm of your fingertips, read their profiles, see their experience, vet them yourselves very, very quickly and instantly, so that you bring all that time that Ken used to take to find a coach, bring it right down to slim to none, essentially, because of our app. So number one, you save time, which saves you money at the end of the day. Number two, as I kind of just noted, your athlete, if you're a parent and you have a 14, 15, 16-year-old kid that is, great at sports, post videos, post pictures, post your accomplishments and achievements on your profile on our app and gain a following. Tell your friends to support you, because if you need, $1,000 to enter the next tournament that could put you in front of, the radars on some scouts and then, you're going to need to come up with that money somehow. Ask your following to contribute to you. And if it's all of the money you need, great. If it's partial amount of the money you need, great. It just helps to relieve a little bit of stress financially for those parents and for those kids. And finally, the one of the other aspects of how parents can really benefit from this is that in terms of coach payments, right? We facilitate everything from finding and paying the coaches through our app. So it's not like you have to go, you have to pay them through any other means, or you have to go to another platform or anything to pay your coach. No, everything from A to Z, finding the coach, matching with the coach, and playing with the coach, paying the coach, it's all within our app. So again, it's all trying to give an athlete and their parents the best user experience to save them as much time and as much money, as much trouble as we can.
So I understand the matchmaking part of it, because I did see the promo trailers and everything in regards to it being a sports matchmaking app. And that's the catchphrase, the coin phrase we're going with, right? So I guess my question is, how does Wii Sports or PomSports, since you are the bridge connecting the coaches to the players, trainers, conditioning, and what have you, how does it work for you guys at a price point? Is it a free app, or is there a subscription base? What's the price point for the app in regards to the parents that are going to be looking for the help and assistance that they need to get their child to the next level?
Great question.
The app is free. The coaches, they get it's an Uber model. We modeled this app around the Uber in terms of the infrastructure, whereby the coaches make $1. We give it's a 75-25 split so 25% comes.
Oh, your mic Is muted.
The coach,
There you go.
coach 75%. We keep 25%.
All right.
Can you just cut off there? So
Can you repeat that? Because your mic got muted midway through. Can you start that up?
My bad. A call just came in. It's a 75-25 split, whereby the coaches, they get 75% of that dollar. PomSports gets 25% of that to obviously do all of this stuff in the background.
Okay.
And that's, again, it's the Uber model. The Uber model, we thought, was a very good model, and it's working all over the world. We can do the same thing. Sure, Uber is suffering at a loss in terms of they're not making enough, but they're making enough to keep the cars on the road, keep the drivers happy, keep the riders happy. We can do the same thing. And if we get shortchanged by just taking 25%, there's other means where we would be making revenue as well. The venues, they come on, they pay a fee for us, putting them on our site. Wherever we can make an extra 10 cents, 5 cents, we will make it there, but we will not gouge the coaches. That does not make any sense whatsoever. We need coaches coming on board.
I had to ask it because I was out all the videos I saw. I was like, okay, well, I see what they're going for in regards to the target audience, the services that you're offering. Everything was there, but I was like, I'm trying to connect the dots. So I was like, okay, how do
we make the money?
Well, how do you make your money? Right. Because at the end of the day, when I interview here at GTA Sports, I want to make sure that every entrepreneur in business gets their model broken down to a science. So that way, when this does get out to the world, they know exactly what they're signing up for, because I could have used a PomSports or Wii Sports when I was growing up. For me, my parents couldn't afford to put me with the best trainers and conditioning. I was raised by a single mama, so or else I'd be playing in summer league right now with some of these players right now. Summer league. Back to what Rishi said earlier, when you're covering sports, what you have to realize is the off season is just as entertaining, if not more entertaining, because now you get to see the new prospects that just got drafted. They get to showcase their talent. They're playing and fighting for a position. You're going to get some of the best athletes during the off season, because now that everything is in a social media era that we're in, the information era that we're in, you see everything from draft night to preseason. See, back in the 90s, you didn't see all of that because cameras weren't rolling in those facilities, and they didn't have all these classic summer leagues going on like they do now, right? So you see a lot of this great, raw, uncut talent that needs coverage. But the mainstream media just wants to focus on the LeBron James, the Steph Currys, the James Hardens, the Damian Lillards, right? Get players that have been in the league 9, 10, 12, 20 years in LeBron's case, right? GTA Sports, for instance, we wanted to be the niche target audience to reach out to those that don't get to shine because they're either on the come up or they're not the big name, right? That's what separates us from the ESPNs, Fox Sports, and what have you. So when I saw the PomSports, again, I was like, I see exactly what they're doing, but they need the reach. They need to make that connection. So that's why I want to make sure you're 75, 25%. For instance, that clip alone, just breaking down how it works for you and what you're trying to do to make a change in society for the kids coming up, generations to come. They need to hear that.
Absolutely.
Because to the outside world looking in, they see the Facebook, and if it only has X amount of views, I mean, people follow numbers. People are more followers than leaders, right? Let's be honest.
Exactly.
So if the numbers are not showing that you're getting the traction, then if they're less like, is this a real app? Is it efficient? Does it work? Some people will ask more questions before they click the button and download the app, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's skeptical. There's a lot of scammers out now, right? There's a lot of, unfortunately, with the information era, that leaves the door open for more people to try to take people's money. Right.
Exactly. The good thing is we've got a lot of things working for us in our advantage here. Number one, Ken Pompey. He's the face of our, entire organization. He has 2 proven stories, real life stories in his sons that prove the legitimacy of our company. And you can tell just from this podcast with Ken how giving of a person he is. He just wants to give back the exact same things that he gave to his children. And now he wants to give the capability for other people, other parents to be able to give that to their children and give everyone a chance to win this race, right? Because there's a lot of people who are not even in the race who could probably win. So nonetheless, that's what we want to do here. And that's our goal from from locally to all around the world, you're going to see PomSports for sure, giving back and changing the way we do sports.
Yes, and transparency is key in terms of we want the world to know this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it, so that it's not going to be a one-day thing. It's going to be a lifetime thing, generational, like we said earlier. So that's the plan.
And just like I want to take it from a coach's perspective as well. We've been kind of looking at from the athlete side of things, athletes looking for coaches. Sure. Don't forget, if you're a coach, if you're a parent and, you coach on a little league team or you coach on whatever team it might be, join our app, become a coach, share your skills, spread your knowledge, and give your great training abilities and skills to kids and athletes who need it and get paid to do that stuff, right? So if you want to charge someone $40 an hour, if that's your coaching rate, and you coach someone for 1 hour, then $40 is what you would get paid. Of course, 25%, as Ken said, would come to PomSports for facilitating everything, and you'd get 75%. If you can coach for a number of hours a day, well, you can really supplement your income as a coach. You can really put some money into your pocket while you do exactly what you love to do in coaching.
I like that. That was a great example for just letting people know that the app works for both sides.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the athletes. Tom, do you have any more questions from? Because we do got about 3 minutes left. I want to make sure we get all our questions in.
No, it was intriguing though. This was super intriguing because we're known for basketball and football content.
Yeah, exactly.
Different type of thing. Granted, I do got King Griffey in the background, but
yeah, exactly. That's the first thing I noticed is that Ken Griffey jersey. Yeah.
I told them that they were gonna notice that. I told them
exactly. Close every other baseball get hit by one, I quit.
Exactly.
I said, I'm done with this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Linebackers even worse, but what?
Pretty soon we're going to be talking about cricket. Cricket is a sport in another part of the world.
Yeah,
exactly. So we're starting with the big five sports. Just to let you guys know, we're starting with the big five sports. And I always seem to not get this list right, but I'm going to try. Basketball, baseball, soccer, hockey, football. I nailed it this time. So those are the big five sports. And eventually we're going to go from everything to exactly what Ken said, from basketball to ping pong to cricket to volleyball to handball. It's going to be all across every single sport. But of course, we're keeping our focus, we're keeping very focused in the beginning on the big sports to try to bring as many people on board as possible. And then we're going to branch out to every sport you can think of.
I do got one last question before we wrap this up. Ken, how did you find GTA Sports? I'm just curious. How did you find it?
We found out my administrative assistant. She went looking out for individuals or companies that are in our niche. You guys are in our niche, and we felt that you guys were a good fit, and it worked out. It's a great conversation.
I was wondering the same thing.
Really... I was like, we don't even cover baseball, so I'm like, how did he find us? Like, I was confused.
We've got a great team. Let's just say that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Shout out to your team for that. Let them know I said thank you. You guys are welcome. Come back whenever you feel free. You got something new you want to break down if you have a new breakthrough with the app. But real quick, let them know where they can find you at on the social media platforms, and we'll go ahead and wrap this up.
Rishi?
Yeah, wonderful. So you can find us on every social media platform you can think of. Just type in PomSports, POM Sports. You'll find us. And if there's one message that I have for everyone who's listening is if you're a coach, sign up to be a coach. You can sign up on PomSports.com. Find us on social media. Send us a DM. Just say you want to be a coach. We'll get you set up, get you paid. And again, follow us on TikTok, Insta, Twitter, everywhere you can think of.
It's Slatter and Turn with GTA Sports. Thanks again, fellas. Until next time, we out.
All right.
Thanks, guys.